with Bash Brothers movies, and it took us a while to get these reviews done, but we finally sat down and talked through basically a little bit about what we saw, what we didn't see, and we're going to talk about Power Rangers first today. I didn't have many expectations for this movie. I just expected it to be better than the original series, and the movie lives up to it. So far the movie, I don't think it came out, I think it didn't come out in some of the Asian markets, so the total amount of money earned for it is still debatable, but the movie is good. I know why many people didn't see it, and it's probably because Power Rangers are known as a property that brings people in. When people hear Power Rangers, it's mostly funny and hilarious and ridiculous. And they're right. I mean, original Power Ranger series were all that, very cheesy. But this movie took that original Power Rangers that came out in the 90s and adapted them really well with today's technology and for today's audiences. And it surprises me that not more people have seen it simply because of its sheer blockbuster potential, because it really is. It's 2 hours long movie, and yes, it could have been a little bit shorter, but it's not boring, it's not dull, it's not cheesy, it's everything that original Power Rangers weren't. So it's everything that
could have been had they been technologically improved. It answers that question: what if 1990s Power Rangers were made today in today's world with today's technology? How would they look different? And now we know they look better, awesomely better.
Definitely.
Just from the visual standpoint, you can't even compare the two, because it's almost like you're talking 2D versus 3D. There's no competition whatsoever, just from the visual standpoint. As far as the story goes, I don't know whether the original Power Rangers had the same crystal thing and everything else from the beginning.
It's very...
Because I was a young kid when I watched those original movies. Don't remember them much, just a little bit. TV shows, I'm not even sure we watched the TV shows. But this movie, man, it's good. The story's there, how the team gets together, how the team becomes who they are, how they morph and everything else. Just stories there, characters are there. So visual effects.
Are you telling me you don't remember those Saturday mornings around 9 or 10 a.m. when Power Rangers would come on?
No, I remember those Saturday mornings when I watched Dragon Ball Z, and those were good Saturday mornings.
Yeah, but those came after these mornings.
That's why I don't remember them, because Power Rangers do not stack up with Dragon Ball Z.
That's very true. So,
and we're not talking about movie.
No.
That never happened. That did not happen.
Power Rangers. It's easy to compare them to, I don't know, Transformers and Pacific Rim and say this is just another iteration of a really bad TV show into a really bad movie, just like Transformers are a bad movie, just like Pacific Rim is a bad movie. And for those of you
who shared that opinion, I don't know where your head is, but I wouldn't keep it there for too long, because it's messing with your mind. And I'm trying to be really not too offensive here. Here's the thing. There's not a lot of action in the original Transformer movies, animated series. There is in the movies. I watched the original Transformers, he watched the original Ninja Turtles, the animated series. Movies are good. Movies are done very, very good. The story's great.
Fun fact about Ninja
Turtles.
There's an episode where they cross over with Power Rangers. And speaking of Power Rangers, like the original Power Rangers series were so cheesy, and martial arts, if you can call them that, were so bad, it's ridiculous. Like, I rewatched the original 1995 Power Rangers movie, which is still, I'm gonna say it's good, but it's so bad it's good. I mean, it would still hold up if the script was a little bit different. Like, I watched that movie again. This was 2 years ago, I guess, right now. So, and I knew every line, and I haven't seen that movie in 20 years. So I was like, I knew every line they were gonna say, and not only that, it was so cringe. Every time they would say it, I was just cringing. It was so awful. And martial arts, again, if you can call them that, they were just they were just spinning around and doing flips and stuff. It wasn't really like they were hitting. It was
Gives another perspective to the martial arts in the Iron Fist. But back to the movie. It's good.
It's good. I had 3 gripes with it, 2 at least.
I have none.
And I can agree with that. But to me, the forming of the Megazord, the final robot, it happened off screen, and that is something that
It happened through the fog.
It didn't even happen through the fog.
It did.
It happened in the hole, and then as it came out, you saw it.
Here's the thing.
The fun thing about Power Rangers is watching, just like Transformers transforming, the fun thing about Power Rangers is when that Megazord is being formed, you want to see it being formed. You want to see them stack up again. And they could have done it, but they didn't. And
they did. They CGI'd something else out of it. It wasn't transformation the way, it wasn't the metamorphosis, if you want.
It's not a metamorphosis.
The way it was supposed to be.
It's Zords coming up together. It's like Voltron, man. It's the same thing. They come together. To form, out of all those 5 animals, they form one big robot. And that's it. And we didn't even see it.
Here's the thing,
it happened off screen. And I can't stand with that.
It happened through the fog on screen. You don't get to see how it happened. You get to see that it was happening, and then you saw that it actually happened. But here's the thing, why I think they did it.
They were saving money, man. They were cheapskates.
Oh, come on. Just the amount of CGI that actually went into that scene
they could have done it properly.
Proves that they did not try to save money on that scene.
They saved money, man.
They could have done it differently, but here's the thing.
Or maybe they did do it, but they didn't put it into Final Cut.
Here's the thing. It falls onto the less is more philosophy, if you would. The idea was, I think, somewhere they would show you less and reveal more. Like I said, less is more. From one
In this
aspect,
case, less is not more.
From one aspect, he actually worked.
I'll agree with that statement.
He worked.
I'll agree with that statement.
Could have done it differently? Could have actually shown it on screen?
Not differently, better. Better.
No, not even better. Just if they showed it on screen. You said it happened off screen. Could have done it on screen? Yes.
They should have.
But yeah, but even the way that it worked,
even while they were in
the way that it worked in the movie fits. Yes, it would have been better had they done it on screen. But you can't really say that the way that they did it didn't fit into the movie. Because it did.
I'm just saying they should have shown the formation of the Megazord should have been shown. Even while they were falling into that hole, they should have shown us inside the hole while Megazord was being formed. That's all I'm saying.
You want to rate this thing, or you want to gripe
I want to talk about the villain because we didn't mention villain. The other gripe was also the Megazord and the Goldar fight. There was too many close-ups and not enough
wide aerial shots.
Wide aerial shots, yeah.
But the fight still worked.
It worked.
Because the focus was different. Because the way that he played it out to you, they gave you the big picture and the small picture.
I'm just saying.
They gave you the fight up close and personal. But at the same time, they showed you what was happening around the fight. How the fight was infecting the town and how people were, you know.
I'm cool with that. That's cool with me. I don't mind that. But I don't.
And here you see the basic principle of every person that doesn't like any movie. They just don't agree with it.
That's cool.
That's the thing. It's not that the movie is good. It's not that the movie is bad.
I'm not saying movie is bad.
It's just that I don't like something about it. Hence, the movie has to suck because I don't like something about it. That's the problem. Here's the solution.
Yeah.
He doesn't like how it turned out. Is it a bad movie?
No.
There you have
it.
I
just don't like these 3 things that happen in it. That's it. But I like the movie, and you see that in my rating.
No.
And yeah, more earlier, and because they spent already $100 million into that movie,
probably
into the production alone, they could have seriously. Because in the original series, when they would have close-ups of the not close-ups, but when they would show the team. Like they were inside, all in one room inside the Megazord. Here, they were on the outside. Each in their own, which was cool. I'm not a die-hard Power Rangers fan. I mean, God knows, I stopped watching after the first series ended anyway. So that's not a big. I'm just saying, like, it would have been better if I could actually see them fight more, and it would have been made the movie a little bit better for me. And I cannot not speak about the villain in this movie, because Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa is so awesome in this movie that as a villain, that she does a great job. The villain is greatly written.
She's repulsive. I mean, the funny.
We're all about puns, if not anything. And we cannot mention Bryan Cranston and Alpha 5 simply because
Alpha 5 is not as annoying as you remember him.
Definitely. And Zordon, actually, like, there was an angle with him that I thought wasn't really needed, but the way they made him into the story,
way they played it out,
it was great.
From the start and to the...
It was great.
He was a great Zordon.
The best Zordon in my opinion. And I've only seen 2, so, including him. So, yeah, and Alpha 5, he's not the annoying robot that he is in the original series. We only heard "ay" twice, and it was in the context, and it was, once it was for nostalgia, the second time was okay, I get it, cool, it fits.
But the movie as a whole,
it's
mainly focuses on the actual 5 kids who do become Power Rangers.
And they're all great.
And how
their
they
great
become.
Personalities are greatly developed. Like,
yes,
we meet them, we know who they are, where they're coming from.
You get their background story.
Yeah.
You get to figure out who they are, what they do, what makes them tick, and then you figure out how that plays into their
Power Rangers. Yeah, and
it fits.
It's
it
a
works.
well-rounded movie. Seriously.
They have, from what you see on screen, they're having fun while they're doing it. It's not one of those things that they're trying to make it work. They actually work together, and the whole movie, it gives the whole movie another dimension.
Definitely. And even if you're a Power Rangers fan and you're not watching this movie,
listen, though, you can still be nostalgic about the original.
Seriously, like,
and still enjoy this one.
Definitely.
Because it really is good, and you kind of be ashamed not to go and see it just because you don't want it to ruin the, I don't know, the memory of the original series, because that doesn't happen. Those series are
still ongoing. Like, kids today still watch Power Rangers. And I was with the guy who
the original Green Ranger and the Pink Ranger make the cameos.
Yeah, final cameo. If you know him, you'll see it.
It kind of happens.
Yeah, and I was watching the movie with the guy who watched all the Power Ranger series at least twice, and he loved the movie even more than I did. So
there you have it.
If you aren't a Power Rangers fan, or you just think it's silly, and it's a
go
fun movie,
watch it.
Just go watch it. It's a fun movie. Seriously, it really is.
April is a little bit short on the... March was a lot better movie-wise. Yeah. A lot better movies came out in March than we can expect in April, so if you want to go watch a movie...
This is
go watch it.
Movie to go
It's worth watching. You want to rate it?
You rate it first.
22.
22. 21. 21 out of 30, which is our rating. 30 is 100% if you first
We
time
never
here.
went there. I'm not sure we'll ever go
there. We were close with the Rogue One. And you were there.
No, we didn't do Hacksaw Ridge.
We didn't do Hacksaw Ridge. We did in the top 10 of 2016, but you were there close with the Logan. And we were there.
But we never went there. We got close couple.
We got close couple of times, but yeah.
Go watch it. I mean, listen, leave their nostalgic BS at home and go watch the movie.
Yeah. Bash Bros out.